Greetings to you all from the Lake City of Kisumu. Today, I want to look at UDA nominations. Lessons learned, conclusions drawn. Lesson number one, conclusion number one, that UDA is a party like any other party. We have been told before it is special, it is invincible. Ruto and his people have laughed, especially at ODM, saying it is a shambolic party. It's a party of stone throwers. It's a party of confusion and chaos. But if the chaos we saw is anything to go by, then it's not special in any way. There have been complaints, and you only have to go to Bomet, listen to Perez Tobiko, Kajiado, and across the country. So that for which ODM has been accused has been witnessed throughout the nominations of UDA. So it's nothing special. It's just like another party. That is now demystified, and we conclude that UDA is another party, is a small, young party. Number two, the numbers. The UDA nominations on 14th confirm, if there was any doubt, that the numbers UDA, Kenya Kwanza, and William Ruto have always talked about are a myth. They are non-existent. The turnout across the country, but especially around Mount Kenya, a turnout of sometimes below 10% around the mountain, is a clear indication that those numbers are non-existent. We have said repeatedly there are no numbers, because there were no numbers to stop BBI in the county assemblies. They said the MCAs had been bribed. There were no numbers to stop BBI in the National Assembly, BBI in the National Assembly. There were no numbers to stop BBI in the Senate. There were no numbers to impeach Anne Waiguru. There were no numbers to save Babayao Waititu. There were no numbers to save Duale. Numbers were not there. Susan Kika. There were no numbers in Parliament. And finally, in a very final way, the Mount Kenya people are saying UDA is a Kalenjin party. There are no numbers. But more importantly about the numbers, you don't just dismiss the low turnout in the Mount Kenya region. You must learn something from those low numbers. The mountain people are telling William Samoei Ruto, in no uncertain terms, this cannot be your bedroom. Mount Kenya has its owners. If William Ruto ever thought Mount Kenya was his bedroom, the nominations have proved beyond any reasonable doubt that the mountain people know what they are doing. They know where they are headed. And that cannot be Surugoi. I said this before. I said sooner than later, UDA will be proved to be a Kalenjin party. And if you can't read that from these nominations, then you will have to wait for August. Another lesson is that the mountain people especially have rejected Ruto's general. And that is sending a message. The Mount Kenya people are saying, when we want our leaders, when we want the generals to fight for us, we will identify them. We will bring them up. We will spotlight them. The ones you are giving us cannot be our leaders. That explains why the people who are generals in the UDA side around the mountain, people who bashed Raila Odinga the most, Jane Kihara, Kate Waruguru, Isaac Maura, all these generals have been shown the door. And that is a statement from Mount Kenya.
That's what I'm saying.
But there is no dispute.
There is. There is. What do you mean there is?
I'm saying you refuse to bring
I'm not voting.
No.
What am I disputing?
No, we are disputing, John. We are disputing.
If you have other disputes,
No,
it's okay.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We are disputing. Even swapping. We know where you have swapped results.
That's okay.
Come on.
You have a right to protest that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
My protest is.
Yeah. I've been in this thing, John.
I'm also doing that.
Yeah. We agree. So we cannot have the boxes for 12 hours out there. Then they come, they are open. Then you tell us there were no vehicles.
Leo Simba hayuko. Na mimi ningeomba watu wa KWS kama kuna Simba ako Laikipia akuje achukuliwe kwa sababu hiyo ndio idara ambayo husika.
Uhuru ni rais, baba ni baba na mama ni Simba. Kwani iko nini?
Exactly. Simba Laikipia.
Simba Laikipia.
Do remember also, there are those generals Ruto saved the ballot, saved from the ballot, the guillotine. There were those who were given direct tickets. The generals who were given direct ticket around the mountain should be very, very worried men and women. Because come 9th of August, what has befallen Isaac Mwaura, Jane Kiara, Kate Waruguru, and the rest of these fellows around the mountain, Jerun Dwiga from Embu, what has befallen these generals is awaiting those who are given direct nominations by William Ruto around the mountain. So these two messages. One, that we do not want leaders you think can be our leaders around the mountain. We are the Mau Mau people. We are the most economically endowed community. We are the most political community. We are the most populous community. You cannot identify leaders for us. That is a message from Mount Kenya. And secondly, by the low turnout of sometimes below, we are yet to get the final details. But there were places where the turnout was much below 10%. It's telling you, William Samoei Ruto, that if you had any illusions about us, people of the mountain, belonging to you, please keep that to yourself. Because it's not true. Further, the UDA nominations also reveal something about the person of William Ruto. In order to know that, you may have to ask Caleb Kostani. There are people like Raila who reward and remain with their generals. They reward loyalty. But it does seem to me there is that bit that is being put to test about William Samoei Ruto.
Close to Deputy President is not an added advantage, neither is it a negative advantage, because he is the leader, he is the party leader of the UDA party. We have built the party together. But one thing that we agreed is no matter how much close we are as friends, democracy must prevail and we must seek the mandate of the people.
So in short, therefore, the nominations of UDA on the 14th, other than the family confirming that UDA is not any special, that they are just like any other party, being demystified. And that is always that is always a very dangerous thing. When you thrive on the deception and illusion that you are super normal, super being, when that is busted, like it has been busted for UDA, you begin to crumble. Kenyans will recall the struggle for independence gained momentum, got the impetus from the Second World War. Why? Kenyans who went to fight in the Second World War fought in whatever form it was alongside white compatriots, white soldiers like themselves. I mean, the British soldiers, those who were fighting on the side of the British, and they were Kenyans. They got to know at that time during the war that kumbe mzungu alikuwa tu binadamu kama binadamu wengine. Kumbe he could cry in pain, writhe in pain like another human being. He could fall down A bullet could pick him. I mean, they got to know these fellows were just as human as the black Africans. When they came back with that here, that gave the struggle for independence the very serious impetus and psychological boost. So when you have something like UDA appearing to be invincible, and then, boom, nominations come, and it is shown to be another ordinary party, and the interest beyond Rift Valley does not exist, then you begin to accept. You begin to accept, like I've always said, that we will come to a point when it will be obvious and inevitable to conclude that beyond Rift Valley there is no UDA. I fear for my friends who have gotten the UDA nominations around the mountain, especially those who are given direct tickets. Come 9th of August, the voters will show you what they have shown these other generals during the nominations. So we can conclude safely that the mountain does not seem to belong to William Samoei Ruto. We can also conclude safely that the mountain people are aware that they have their own leadership. And that will be shown in the elections of August 9th this year.